Welcome to AutoLab Media. My name is Matt, and today we're taking the first look at the all-new Ioniq 5N. The Ioniq 5N starts at $66,000, and the one in front of me is at $69,000. And that's quite a bit of money for an electric sports utility vehicle. So, is it really worth it? So what do you get for that extra money compared to the regular Ioniq 5? Well, for starters, with the N trim, you do get a redesigned front grille that is designed to allow more airflow to get through to the battery pack to cool it down, because you're gonna be sending a lot more power through the motors as well as through the battery. And because of all of that extra power, they fitted larger rims as well as larger brakes and dual piston calipers to help stop this car, because it can get so fast, and because of that, you need to be able to stop a lot quicker than you would need to in the regular Ioniq 5. And because of those larger brakes, you can actually see air vents here on the side and both on the rear fender, just that way they can allow more airflow to get to those brakes and cool them down. Now, this car has a range of 266 miles, and that's not that great. So it's good news to see that they've fitted the new national standard for electric vehicle charging ports, because this car can actually charge up to 80% in 18 minutes. And it's good that it can do that, because I would want to feel how fast this car can go. It can do a 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds, and that feels like this.
It does, yeah.
It even builds power like a gas.
Oh.
If you hit the rev limiter, it does a full power cut.
That's actually pretty cool.
It even shifts.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Does the paddle shift or downshift it when you have it in that mode, or does that still only control?
I'm shifting right now.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's actually pretty cool.
It's exactly how you would expect a gas car to drive,
Yeah.
except you have control.
Wow. That is awesome.
Now, if you want the full EV experience and you don't want it to simulate that, then you do it without.
Okay.
And now it's not simulating that build of RPM,
Right.
so you get the full power.
Oh.
It's a very different power delivery.
Yeah. Wow.
So now that we're back from actually experiencing that 0 to 60 time, I kind of wanted to talk more about the N styling lines that this car has. For one, being all these little red accents that go all the way throughout the car, as well as you have these air ducts over here that allow air to go up over the car and back down it to give you a little bit extra downforce. And then you also have the N-style diffuser, but as you can see, there is no exhaust, which is weird because this car has been seen all over TikTok showing that exhaust noise. And it's because they have kind of pumped in fake exhaust noise into this car, as well as giving it a rev limiter to make it feel like you're driving a regular combustion engine, even though you're not. And to be honest, the sounds kind of sound like they're from a Assetto Corsa. Now, even though it does have fake induction noise, at least you do have plenty of trunk space back here, because even though this isn't like a sedan, it is more so kind of a compact SUV that is styled like a sedan. So you definitely have plenty of trunk space back here if you need to take anything anywhere. Now, moving on to the interior of the car, you can see that it does kind of take a lot of inspiration from the regular Ioniq 5. And that's really because they are kind of the same car. But you do get some extra special things for it being the N line. Unfortunately, unlike the Elantra N, you don't get an N badge on the floor mats, but you do get the same bucket seats that have the illuminated N logo in the seat. So it is really nice that you do see those kind of moving over into other N trims. But the main big thing with this is the steering wheel. You have a custom steering wheel for the Ioniq 5, and it's really cool. You have paddle shifters to kind of control your regenerative braking, and you also have an NGB button here, which stands for N-Grin Boost, and that allows you to just boost up the engine and give it some extra, boost. And they call it grin because it's supposed to make you grin. You also have these programmable N buttons here that allows you to adjust different things that you program on the fly, like your motor, steering, suspension, NAS, which is that pumped in exhaust noise that we were talking about, as well as activate and launch control. So definitely a lot of nice features for different things that this car has to offer when it comes to those performance options. Even though it is meant to be a performance car, you do still have a lot of nice features in here. You do have the option to upgrade the sound system up to a Bose audio system, which is really nice. And you do also have a heated steering wheel, heated seats, plenty of room down here for cup holders and different things like that. but the only downside is really just that pumped-in engine noise. Now, because this is meant to be more so of an SUV and shares something more so similar to an SUV platform, you have plenty of headroom back here and plenty of legroom in front of me. I mean, that seat was adjusted pretty much for my height, and you can see I've got about a foot in front of me for my knees, and it's definitely pretty spacious and comfortable back here. You do have vents here on the sides, so that way you're not, you know, starving for air back here when it's a hot summer day. So it is really nice and comfortable back here. You do have cup holders and everything here as well. And one thing that I did forget to mention is that you do have ambient lighting here on the door as well as in the speaker grills. So thank you for watching. We're here at the New York International Auto Show reviewing a bunch of cars and taking a first look at quite a few new releases. If you want to see some of our other videos, maybe consider checking out what we did with the Elantra N.